Okay, let's unpack this.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine 50 years ago, right? A movie called Jaws comes out,
Yeah.
scares everyone right out of the water. Total game changer, but maybe not in a good way for sharks.
Absolutely. Created a lot of fear.
Fast forward to 2025.
Yeah.
Now we've got a real-life
Yeah.
giant shark prowling the Atlantic, making headlines.
But this time it's different.
Totally different. It's not about fear anymore. It's fascination.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Bruce from the movie. This is Contender.
Exactly. And what's so fascinating, I think, is how Contender is becoming this living symbol of how far we've actually come in understanding these animals.
Right.
We're shifting that perspective,
Yeah.
from monster to, well, magnificent. His story, the data. It's a treasure trove, really.
That shift is exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. We're getting into Contender's story, who he is, where he's going.
And the why. Why he matters so much.
Precisely. Why his journey is teaching us so much, turning that old fear into actual facts. So get ready, because there are some surprising details here that might just change how you think about great white sharks.
Mm-hmm.
So who is this ultimate ocean warrior making waves? Let's start with the basics. Introduce us.
Okay. So Contender, he's a male great white shark, a big one.
Massive. Right.
Yeah, truly massive. He was tagged back on January 17th, 2025. This was done by the OCEARCH team, the nonprofit led by Chris Fisher.
And the name Contender, where did that come from?
That honors Contender boats. They're a partner with OCEARCH, and their boats are, well, pretty crucial for these kinds of expeditions.
Makes sense. Okay, stats time. How big are we talking?
We're topping roughly 13.8 feet in length.
Wow.
And the weight estimate is around 1,653 pounds.
Over 1,600 pounds. That's substantial.
It is, but here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
He is the largest male great white shark that OCEARCH has ever tagged in the North Atlantic.
The largest male, not just the largest shark.
Exactly. The largest male. And this matters because great whites have sexual dimorphism.
Meaning the females get bigger?
Typically, yes. Significantly bigger sometimes. You think of sharks like deep blue out in the Pacific, maybe over 20 feet.
Right. Or Mary Lee in the Atlantic was, what, 16 feet?
Around that, yeah. So for Contender, a male, to be pushing 14 feet, and they estimate he's about 32 years old. That's exceptional. Really exceptional for a male.
So why is a male this big so remarkable? What does that tell us?
Well, it raises a great question. Male white sharks usually mature, hit adulthood around 11 and a half feet, maybe age 26 or so.
Okay.
So Contender, being the size, it really underscores the potential for healthy growth in males if they have enough time and, crucially, enough food.
So good conditions lead to big sharks, even males.
It suggests that, yes. And it means he's this, true ocean giant, but still relatively early in his reproductive life. He could be reproducing for decades still.
Wow. And the tagging itself, how do they even manage that with a shark this size?
It's quite an operation, very precise. They use specialized baited lines to carefully bring him alongside the main vessel, the mothership. Then he's secured on a hydraulic lift, brought out of the water for a short time, maybe 15 minutes.
It's just 15 minutes.
Yeah, they work fast. Water hoses pumping seawater over his gills the whole time. That's when they fit the tags. He got a GPS-enabled SPOT tag on his dorsal fin.
That's the one that pings when he surfaces.
It's the one. It sends location data to a satellite, so we can track him in near real time. He also got a temporary archival tag, which collects more detailed stuff like depth and temperature.
And they collect samples too, right?
Oh yeah, a whole suite. Blood, tissue, mucus, parasites. They even did an ultrasound exam.
An ultrasound on a great white.
Yep. All those samples are being analyzed now. They'll give insights into his health, his diet, genetics, even if he's been exposed to pollutants. It's a ton of information from one animal.
Incredible. So, okay, we've met the Titan. Now the journey, this is where it gets really adventurous, right? Following his tracks.
Absolutely. Since that tagging in January, he's been on this epic trip up and down the U.S. East Coast.
So where did he go first? North.
Actually, no. For the first few weeks, Feb 2025, he headed south along Florida's coast, offshore of Jacksonville Beach, even further south than that.
Huh. South.
Yeah, he was kind of hugging the western edge of the Gulf Stream, that warm current. Scientists call it snowbird behavior.
Like people heading south for the winter.
Exactly like that. But then, by March, he turned around.
Okay.
Started heading north.
Okay, the return trip begins.
Right. April, May, he was pinging off the Carolinas, steadily moving up the coast.
Any key moments on that leg?
There was a notable ping on June 7th. He was off Cape Hatteras in North Carolina's Outer Banks.
Hatteras, known spot.
Very known spot. Dr. Harley Newton from OCEARCH points out it's like a common rest stop for these sharks. It's got really rich food resources.
A buffet of prey, as she put it.
That's the quote. Fueling up before the longer journey north, basically.
Smart shark. So how far has he traveled overall?
Well, by mid-June, he'd already zigzagged roughly 1,870 miles since they tagged him.
Wow. Just crisscrossing the coast.
Pretty much tracing a huge chunk of the U.S. Atlantic coast. And the latest pings, as of mid-July 2025, show him heading into cooler waters.
Up north.
Towards the northeastern U.S., likely on out to those summer foraging grounds near Atlantic Canada, Nova Scotia, maybe Cape Cod area first.
And the cool part, for us, for you listening, is that anyone can follow this race.
Absolutely. That's one of the best things OCEARCH does. They have the Global Shark Tracker app, and it's on their website, too.
So you can literally see his icon moving on the map.
Yep. Each new ping shows up as a little shark icon creeping up the coast. It's pretty addictive, actually.
I bet. So putting this journey into the bigger picture, what does it tell scientists?
Well, if you connect the dots, Contender has basically followed the classic, almost textbook great white migration pattern for the North Atlantic.
Okay.
Wintering down off Florida, Georgia, moving through the Carolinas in the spring, and then heading north towards Cape Cod or Nova Scotia for the summer.
So he's confirming the pattern.
He is.
Yeah.
And tracking him so consistently provides really invaluable insights into these specific habitats, these corridors they use. It reinforces what we thought we knew, but adds detail, especially from a big male's perspective.
Right, because he's not just any shark, he's a record setter. But he's more than just a celebrity traveler, isn't he? He's a scientific treasure.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is where it gets really fascinating, because he might hold the key to a mystery researchers have been chasing for decades.
Yeah, the science side of this is huge. And the breakthrough potential here comes from the fact that male great whites, well, they've been a bit of a mystery in Atlantic research.
Really? Why is that?
Historically, studies often focused more on females, maybe because they're bigger, maybe tagged more often, like Mary Lee or Nukumi, these famous females.
So the males were underrepresented in the data.
Somewhat, yes. So Contender helps fill a really critical gap. Being the largest male OCEARCH has handled and tagged in this region makes him incredibly important for understanding male biology and behavior.
And what's the big mystery he might help solve?
The big one, what OCEARCH calls their North Star mystery, is where exactly do North Atlantic great whites mate?
We don't know that.
We don't know for sure. The working hypothesis, the best guess, is that it happens in the warmer waters off the southeastern U.S., like off Georgia or Florida, probably during the winter months.
And Contender's movements fit that?
His wintering down south strongly supports that theory, yes. So having him tagged, tracking him over multiple seasons, it's absolutely key to testing this hypothesis.
So his track may be combined with future tracks of females.
Exactly. It could help pinpoint these elusive mating grounds for the very first time. That would be a massive discovery.
Huge and beyond mating. What else is he teaching us?
Well, just his existence, his size, gives unique insights into growth rates, age, and the general health of male great whites. Seeing such a robust male is actually a really positive sign for conservation.
How so?
It suggests maybe some recovery, some resilience in the population after, historical lows from overfishing. He's clearly an important part of the breeding population. Hopefully, I'll be contributing for a long time.
And those samples they took? Blood work, genetics?
Yeah, that stuff will shed light on aspects of male white shark biology that are just poorly documented. Hormones, genetic diversity, things like that.
It connects to the bigger ecosystem too, right? Sharks aren't just out there swimming around.
Definitely not. If you think bigger picture, great whites are apex predators. They're the balance keepers of the ocean.
How do they keep the balance?
By preying on things like seals, other marine life, they keep those populations in check, preventing them from exploding and potentially wiping out fish stocks further down the food chain.
So Contender's journey sort of illustrates that role.
Beautifully. It helps us understand why even sharks that seem scary are absolutely critical for the health of the entire ocean ecosystem. We need them.
And the tag lasts a while, you said.
Yeah, the SPOT tag he has could transmit for up to 5 years.
5 years.
Which means we get longitudinal data. We can see how his behavior changes over time, season to season, year to year. Does he return to the same spots? How do things like water temperature influence him? Every single ping adds a piece to the puzzle.
It's incredible data. Now let's talk about the buzz. This year, Contender blew up. He became a media sensation.
He really did.
And it's no coincidence, is it, that this happened right around the 50th anniversary of Jaws?
Yeah, the timing was uncanny. It was like the perfect storm for public attention. And it really highlights that narrative shift we talked about.
The media definitely jumped on it, but the framing seemed different this time.
Very different. You saw headlines like Fox Weather saying, largest male great white shark ever recorded spotted near famous vacation hotspot.
Right. It's acknowledging proximity, but framing it as noteworthy, not necessarily terrifying.
Exactly. Or Newsweek calling him the biggest great white ever tracked in the Atlantic. It's presented as a discovery, a superlative, not just a threat. That's a big change from 50 years ago.
And this tied into Shark Week too, didn't it?
It did. Shark Week 2025 explicitly leaned into the Jaws anniversary. They had programs like Dancing with Sharks or Jaws at 50, The Inside Story.
Showing how far we've come.
Precisely. One of the producers, Patrick Schneier, even noted that Shark Week was essentially born as a counterpoint to the fear Jaws generated. It was meant to celebrate sharks, highlight their critical role. It's been a long process, but Contender really seemed to crystallize that shift.
And then there was social media. That just exploded, right?
Oh, absolutely. OCEARCH's own posts calling him the ultimate ocean warrior, those got thousands of likes, shares. People were just amazed by his size, the tagging footage.
Hashtags were trending.
Yeah, hashtag Shark Tracker, hashtag OCEARCH, hashtag Jaws50 were all over the place. Chris Fisher's updates on Twitter sparked huge conversations. People were genuinely invested, even making jokes like inviting Contender to their 4th of July cookout.
Huh. Shows a certain comfort level, doesn't it?
It really does. There was one viral tweet I saw that summed it up perfectly. It was something like, 1975, we feared the unknown below. 2025, we give it a name, slap a tracker on it, and follow its Twitter updates. Hashtag Jaws50, tag Contender.
That says it all. From monster to trackable celebrity.
Pretty much. And you saw it on TikTok, too, these dramatic tagging videos mixed with educational clips, sometimes even using the Jaws theme, ironically, alongside conservation messages.
So the whole media frenzy really helped shift a narrative?
It absolutely did. From alarmist headlines to something more educational, even celebratory, it personified the shark, made him relatable in a weird way, and drove engagement with the science through the Tracker app, Citizen Science in Action.
So with all this attention, what are the experts saying? How are they guiding this conversation?
Well, the experts have definitely been weighing in, and their message is pretty consistent. Facts over fear.
Okay. Like who?
Dr. Harley Newton, OCEARCH's chief scientist, she really emphasizes Contender's importance as this prime breeding age male. She stresses that every single data point they get helps build the case for protecting the species.
And she called him a good reporter. Right. Because he surfaces often.
Yeah, exactly. Because he pings regularly, researchers and the public get frequent updates from him. Chris Fisher, the founder, he's been really vocal reinforcing that facts over fear message.
What's his take?
He basically says, look, 50 years ago we knew almost nothing, so it was easy to leverage fear. Now, we have so much data, their lives aren't this total mystery anymore. He's adamant a real white shark would never behave like the one in the movie.
And solving that mating mystery is his big goal.
He calls it their North Star, yeah. Finding that location is key for protection.
What about other biologists?
People like Forrest Galante, the wildlife biologist, use Contender as a perfect case study. He points out this shark has probably been making this migration route for years, maybe decades.
He just didn't see it before.
Exactly. He says, now we're seeing it. And it creates panic. But the truth is that shark has probably swum that route hundreds of times. His advice is basically, respect the ocean, be smart, but don't be terrified.
That makes sense. Any other perspectives?
From the conservation side, experts like Dr. Toby Curtis at NOAA, they emphasize that just having a big, healthy male like Contender around is a good sign.
A sign of ecosystem health.
Yeah, potentially a sign of an ecosystem rebounding. A success story for conservation efforts showing that maybe populations are recovering somewhat.
Even Spielberg chimed in.
Yeah, apparently even Steven Spielberg has said he truly regrets the sort of demonization of sharks his film caused. And he's reportedly heartened by efforts now to change that narrative. Contender is almost like the poster child for that new understanding.
It's a really powerful message then. Contender isn't just one amazing shark.
No, he's part of a much bigger puzzle. OCEARCH has tagged nearly 100 white sharks in the Western Atlantic now. All of them are contributing data.
Data that leads to better understanding, better policies, better coexistence, hopefully.
That's the goal.
So, wrapping this up, Contender. He's more than just a big fish story, isn't he? He's this powerful symbol of progress.
Absolutely.
His story landing right on the 50th anniversary of Jaws just perfectly highlights that profound shift we've seen.
From fear to fascination.
From hunting them to tagging them, from, the movie line, we need a bigger boat, presumably to kill it, to today, where it's more like we need a bigger database to understand it.
That's a great way to put it. The shift from monster to, well, marine celebrity is striking. So thinking about that, beyond just changing minds, what are the real tangible benefits of having a figure like Contender as an ocean ambassador?
That's a key question.
His journey being so public really helps people connect with why protecting these apex predators matters for the entire ocean ecosystem. It makes it less abstract.
It really does. You think about Contenders swimming all those miles, what was it, over 1,870 miles and still going.
If counting.
Teaching us with every ping, every mile. Makes you wonder. His journey reminds us the ocean still holds so many secrets. What else is the ocean trying to tell us that maybe we just haven't been listening to yet?